Hello and welcome in this video lecture series. Today we are going to discuss about fragmentation in IPv4, Internet Protocol version 4. So just to understand this fragmentation, we have a host in a network, and for this network, suppose MTU is 520. MTU means maximum transfer unit. It is actually maximum amount of data that can be fit in any data link layer frame. Suppose if we have a frame, so here MTU represent the maximum amount of data, this data part only, that can be fit in this data link layer frame. It's a frame. This is header, this is trail. It's a data. So MTU is given 520. So here it is 520. So at data link layer, if data size is 520, means at network layer, out of this 520, 20 is for header and 500 bytes is for data. It's a header and this is data. So suppose if this host want to send this packet or datagram into some other network, then how this fragmentation process will work, we'll see through this diagram. So suppose ID for this datagram is 100. When this packet will be forwarded from this network to other network, then after receiving this packet by this router, say this is the R1 router. Router will first check MTU of this outgoing link. Suppose if MTU is given, if it is 200 for this network. So before sending this datagram to this network, now this router is going to perform the fragmentation. ID is 100. So as I mentioned before, why this router is performing fragmentation? Because for this network MTU is given 200 bytes, means the maximum amount of data that can be fit in data link layer frame is 200 for this network. Means we cannot send any datagram more than the size of 200 bytes. So for this datagram, the total size is 520 and here it is 200. So fragmentation is required. In order to perform the fragmentation, always keep in your mind that only data part is going to be fragmented. This header part will remain the same. Means suppose we want to fragment this datagram. So this is header part, and out of this 200 bytes, 20 bytes is allotted for header. Now how much data we can store here? It is 180. So out of 500, 180 data is taken by this first fragment. For the second fragment, again header is compulsory, so 20 byte is header, and maximum data that we can take here is 180. So total 360 bytes we have taken out of this 500 bytes. Next is 20 is for header and remaining data is 140. So this is how this datagram will be fragmented into 3 fragments. Always remember that for all these 3 fragments, ID will be 100 because this datagram is having ID 100. So for all these fragments will have the same ID. This ID represents that all these 3 fragments belong to the same datagram, which is having ID 100. Offset value basically represents the number of bytes ahead of that fragment. So for this fragment, as it is a first fragment, how many data bytes are ahead? It is 0. So offset value is 0 for this fragment. Now in case of this second fragment, 180 data bytes ahead from this fragment. So for the second fragment, offset value will be 180. For this third fragment, offset will be 180 plus 180, total 360. If we are talking about MF field, more fragment field, more fragment basically represent that datagram is not the last fragment. There are more fragments after this one. So is there more fragments after this? Yes. Means fragment value will be 1. Same way. After this fragment, is there any more fragment? Yes. So fragment value will be 1. And after this fragment, is there any more fragment? No. So MF value will be 0. MF value can have either 0 or 1. It will have 1 if there are more fragments available, and it will be 0 if no fragment is available after that fragment. Header length field. Here I am talking about header length field, not header length. As we can see, header length is 20, 20, 20 for all these 3 packets, for all these 3 fragments. But header length field will be 20 divided by 4, means 5. For this fragment, it is 5. And in case of this third fragment also, value will be 5 only. Total length field is, total length is basically a length of data plus header both. So total length is 200 for the first fragment. For this second fragment, total length value will be 200 as 180 plus 20. Or in case of this third fragment, the total length will be 160. It is 140 plus 20. So it is 160. So these are the various fields which we are getting after this fragmentation. All these 3 fragments can follow the same path, means can move further from the same router, or may be possible that 2 fragments are following this router and 1 fragment is going through this router. So suppose this second fragment is going through this router R3, it's R2, and the MTU for this link is equal to 110 only. Suppose there is a network in between and MTU is 110 bytes only. So for this fragment 20 and 180, total size is 200 bytes. And this 200 bytes cannot be forwarded on this link. Means this router R3 is again going to fragment this datagram. So MTU 110 means the total size should not exceed 110 bytes limit. So suppose this is the first fragment, header size is 20, we are taking minimum header size. We cannot have any IP header less than this 20 bytes. Remaining, in the remaining data field can have 90 bytes only, 90 bytes. So out of 180 bytes, 90 data bytes have been taken by this first fragment. In case of second fragment, it's a header, 20 byte header, and as per the MTU, the total size is 110. So 90 bytes can be obtained by this data part also. So 90 plus 90 means total 180 bytes of data we have fragmented. So there will be only 2 fragments. Always remember that fragments will be performed only with the data part, not with the header parts. Header will be copied as it is. So after this fragmentation, let's calculate all these values again. So what will be the ID? As we know that ID is 100 for this datagram. Always remember that ID is not going to change after the fragmentations. So these 2 fragmentation will have the same ID, that is 100 and 100. Offset, you may say that yes sir, offset means number of data bytes ahead of this fragment. So offset value must be 0 here, and in this case how many data bytes are ahead? It's 90. So offset value will be 90. More fragment, if this is the first fragment, then after this fragment is there any more fragments? Answer is yes. So MF value will be 1 for this fragment. And after this second fragment, is there any more fragments? No. So value should be 0. Here is only 2 fragments. Header length field, again header size is 2020. So header length field will be 20 divided by 4, means 5 and 5 for both of these fragments. Total length value will be 20 plus 90, that is 110. Again for this fragment 90 plus 20 is 110. So this is total length field. Now if we'll analyze these 2 values, then we can understand that receiver is going to receive this fragment, and 2 fragments of this datagram. Means these 4 fragments will be received by the receiver. So when this receiver will try to reassemble all these fragments, it is going to check all these fields. So how the receiver will decide which is the first packet, which is the second, which is the third, and which is the last packet. So as we know that if offset value is 0, means there is no data bytes ahead, means offset value 0 represents the first packet. So it must be the first packet. And if MF value is 0, it represents there is no fragments after this fragment, means this is the last fragment. So by looking the 0 value in the offset field, we can identify which is the first fragment, and by looking the 0 value in MF field, we can identify the last fragment. So this is how we can decide which is the first and which is the last. But as I told you, receiver is going to receive these 4 packets, and when this receiver will analyze all these 4 packets, it is going to see offset value 0 for this packet and for this packet also. In the same way, more fragment field will be 0 for this packet and also for this packet. So now the question is that how this receiver is going to decide which is the first fragment and which is the last fragment, because all the fields are same, and on the basis of total length we cannot analyze which is the first and which is the last. So in order to avoid this confusion, we should understand here that when these data is fragmented from this datagram, actually there are 2 more fragments available. One is before this datagram and other is after this datagram or fragments. So it is something like, suppose if we have 3 fragments, so when these fragment will be further fragmented into 2 more fragments, then these 2 fragments will also be available. So we need to assign the value as per this concept. Means after the fragmentation, ID will be same for both of these datagram. But as we know that offset value represents the number of data bytes ahead of this fragment. So we can see ahead of this fragment there is 180 data bytes available. So when these datagram will be fragmented, we are going to mention 180 bytes as a fragment offset, because before these 2 fragments, one more fragment is available having 180 data bytes. Means we have 180 data bytes here. In the same way, offset value for this second fragment will be 180 plus 90, means total 270 data bytes are there ahead of this fragment, means 270 will be the correct value for this second fragment, right? So we need to change this value. Now when we are going to analyze offset field, there is only one fragment is available with the offset value 0. For these fragments value are 180, 270, here it is 0, here 180, here 360. So only one fragment will have the value 0. So receiver will be able to identify the first fragment. Now we have more than one fragments having MF value 0. We are going to apply the same concept. Means suppose MF value is 1 for this fragment, 1 is for this fragment and 0 for this fragment. So even after the fragmentation, value will be 1 for both of these fragments, because after this fragment there is one more fragment is available. So only this last fragment will have the value 0 and these 2 fragments will have the value 1. So always keep in your mind that if MF value is 1, then after fragmentation also MF value will be same. So here it will be 1 only. So now we can see easily there is only one fragment is available having the value 0, means this is the last fragment, and offset value 0 means this is the first fragment. I hope you have understood the concept of offset and MF when we are going to further fragment a datagram. Now if we talk about fragmentation offset field, so it has 13 bits. Means in fragmentation offset, the maximum number that we can store is to the power 13 minus 1, which is equal to 8191. Means 0 to 8191. And like this we have total to the power 13 number. And as we know that at network layer we have some user datagram, and total length of a datagram can have 65535 length of data bytes. If 20 bytes are allotted to header, then network layer can have 65515 bytes of data. Now suppose if we are going to fragment a datagram having size 65535 in such a way that, suppose we have a datagram, its header length is 65535. If we will fragment this datagram such a way that last fragment is having only 1 byte data, so then offset value for this fragment will be how much? Offset value for this fragment will be equal to number of data bytes ahead of this fragment. So number of data bytes ahead of this fragment will be how much? So out of 65535, 20 byte is header, 65515 data is total available here. And if we are going to fragment it in such a way that there is only 1 byte available in the last fragment, then offset value for this fragment will be equal to 65515 minus 1, means total 65514 data bytes will be ahead of this fragment. So offset value will be equal to 65514. Why it is like that? Because the total length field has total 16 bits. In the IP header, when you will check, the total length field is having 16 bits. Means to the power 16 can be the total length for a datagram. But here we can see that by using 13 bits, the maximum number that we can represent is 8191. And in case if offset value is 65514, then how we can represent such a big number by using 13 bits only? Because offset value can have the value of 65514, but field to represent this offset value does not allows a number more than this 8191. So here again we are going to use scaling factor in such a way that this to the power 16 field should be equal to the power 13. So which scaling factor we should choose? So scaling factor will be x is equal to 8. To the power 3 means 8. Means before storing this offset value in that offset field, we are going to divide that data bytes with this number 8, and whatever result we will get, we will store in this offset value field. Let's understand. Here we can see that offset is 0, but the value we are going to store in offset field will be 0 by 8. Here offset means data bytes ahead of this fragment is 180, but the number that we are going to store in offset field will be 180 divided by 8. Same way, here the offset field value will be 360 divided by 8. Here 270 divided by 8. 180 is divided by 8. So let me draw another diagram for this. Suppose we have all the 4 fragments like this. Here size is 140, header size is 20. This is further fragmented in these 2 fragments. So here we are going to use 90 and 20, 90, 20, and it is 180 and 20. So we have considered this is the first fragment. ID will be same for all these 3 fragments. ID will be same 100, 100, 100 and 100. Offset value, this is the first fragment, so offset value will be 0, means there is no data bytes ahead, and this 0 we are going to divide it by 8. Offset value for this is 180 data bytes are there, means 180 divided by 8. For this fragment, total 90 plus 180 means 270 data bytes are ahead. So 270 divided by 8. And for this fragment, total 180 and 180 means 360 divided by 8. It is equal to 0, but when we are going to divide this 180 by 8, we will get some 22.5 something. So this is actually a floating value, but we are not going to store any float value in this offset field. Same way for this 270 divided by 8, again we are going to get some value in near to 33.7 something. So these value we cannot store. 360 will be divisible by 8. So here we need to learn that we will store only that number that should be divisible by 8. We are going to store number of bytes which is divisible by 8 only. So here offset value is 0. 0 divisible by 8 is equal to 0. But as per the concept, we should store data bytes in the multiple of 8 only, so that later we can divide it by 8. So 180 is actually not divisible by 8. So to make it divisible by 8, we have two options. Either we can add some data bytes or we can subtract some data bytes. But as we know that 180 is the maximum limit, so we are going to subtract some data bytes from this 180. So if we'll make it 176, then this 176 will be divisible by 8. So when we'll calculate the offset value for this second fragment, we will check how many data bytes are ahead, and it will be 170. So here we are going to divide 176 by 8 and we will get a integer value, and 176 divided by 8 is equal to 22. It is 22. So the number of data bytes in this first fragment is going to affect the value of second fragment's offset value. So the number of data bytes in first fragment divided by 8 will be the offset value of second fragment. In the same way, 90 is not divisible by 8. So again, either we can add or subtract, but as per the limit we cannot add anything. So we'll subtract how much? 2. So now the value will be 88. Always remember that we have 4 bytes left from here, 2 bytes left from this place. So all these remaining bytes we are going to add in the last fragment. So to calculate the offset value for this third fragment, now we are going to divide the number of data bytes ahead of this fragment, which is actually 88 plus 176, means 88 plus 176 divided by 8, and which is equal to 33, which is equal to 33, which is equal to 33. To calculate the offset value for this last fragment, again this 90 will becomes 88, 2 data bytes left from this fragment. Now the total data bytes ahead of this fragment is 88 plus 88 plus 176. So here total value will be 176 divided by 8, which is 22. Let me do it here. So 88 plus 88 plus 176 divided by 8. So it will become 11, it will become 11, 22 means total 44 we are going to store here. And the value for this fragment will be how much? 140 is already present, plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 means total 8, means 148. 140 we are going to store this place. Now see, it is not compulsory that the data bytes in the last fragment should also be divisible by 8, because there is no other fragment is available. So these data bytes will not be used to calculate any offset. So in case of last fragment, if data bytes is not divisible by 8, it is okay, there is no problem. Concept is that all the fragments except the last fragment must be divisible by 8. Last fragment may or may not be divisible. Again, more fragment value will be, for this it will be 1, For this it will be 1, 1 and 0. Header length value will be 5 for all. It is 5, 5, 5 and 5. And total length field will be, now it is 196. Here it is 108, 108 and here 168. So this is how this fragmentation take place at any router. So in examinations, especially in numerical part, they may ask what is the offset value, more fragment value after the fragmentation of a datagram, because ID will be same, header length field will be same. So these two field they may not ask because it's very easy. Most probably they will ask offset, MF field and total length field. So this is all about the fragmentation. Reassembly. How this receiver is going to reassemble all these fragments. So now reassembly is very easy because receiver will first identify a fragment having offset value 0 and fragments which is having the MF 0. So if offset value is 0 means this is the first fragment, and if MF field is 0 means this is the last fragment. So this is first and this is last. Or one more thing, here value is 0, here it is 22, here it is 33, here it is 44. So first this receiver will arrange all the fragments in ascending order, means offset value 0 will be the first fragment, then 22, then 33, then 44. First it will arrange all these fragments. So first it will arrange all these fragments in ascending order of offset value. And this process will be useful when receiver will receive out of order packet. As I have mentioned, these fragments may take different path to reach from source to destination. So it is possible that third fragment may reach before the second, fourth fragment may reach before the third. So it is possible. So receiver will first arrange all these fragments as per the ascending value of their offset. But there would be a chances, suppose this fragment is lost somewhere in the network. So how this receiver will understand that one more fragment should be there? How this receiver will know that some fragment is lost in between? If it is going to receive all the fragments, it will arrange them like this. But it is equally important to know whether we have missed any fragment or not. So we will see this reassembly algorithm used by the receiver as given below. If each fragment follow a different path and arrives out of order, then final destination host can reassemble the original datagram from the fragment received by using the following strategy. Identify the fragment with offset 0, and this is the first fragment. As I mentioned, if offset value is 0 means it is the first fragment. Identify the fragment with MF0. MF0 means this is the last fragment. First and last we have identified. Now divide the data length of first fragment by 8. Means data length of first fragment. Now we know which is the first fragment. So this is the first fragment. Data length is equal to 176. It is saying divide the data length of first fragment by 8, means 176 will be divided by 8. So we will get 22. So the second fragment has an offset value equal to that result. So it will check offset value 22 is received. Yes. So this is the second fragment. Then divide the total data length of first and second fragment by 8. Means now we have first fragment and second fragment. So we are going to calculate the total data length in this first and second fragment, and which is equal to 176 plus it is 88 in second fragment. 88, and we are going to divide 8 by 8. So we'll get, this is 22 and this is 11, means 33. So third fragment has an offset value equal to this result. So easily receiver can identify there must be a fragment having the offset value 33. So if receiver will not receive any fragment having offset value 33, it can easily identify that one fragment is lost in the network, and this receiver will ask the same. So here we have taken only 4 fragments. Suppose there is more fragment, then to calculate offset value of the next fragment, we have to take the data byte in first, second and third fragment. We will add all these 3 data bytes, divide by 8, and we'll get the offset value of the next fragment. So repeat the process as many times as possible to cover all the fragments. For example, now we have the offset value for this second and third fragment. Can we calculate the offset value for the fourth fragment? Yes, 176 plus 88 plus 88 divided by 8. Means if we will do 176 plus 88 plus 88 divided by 8, it will give you 44. 44 means offset value for the next fragment. So this is how we can identify all the other fragments in case we have more than these 4 fragments. And first fragment and last fragment can easily identify with this value 0. So this is all about the fragmentation and how this packet travels in the network, and at last the reassembly process at the receiving end. That's all for today. Thank you.